Hello viewers, today is Monday, September 23rd, 2024. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions on the US presidential elections 2024. Today I would like to discuss about the battleground state of Nevada. This is a state that both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden won in 2016 and 2020 against Donald Trump. So let's look at how Joe Biden won in 2020 and see how it looks right now. In 2020, Joe Biden won the state by around 2.39 percentage points and around 33,000 odd votes. He won 2 out of the 17 counties in Nevada. He won the most populous county, Clark County, by a margin of around 90,000 odd votes. And then he won the second most populous county, Washoe County, by a margin of around 11,000 odd votes. So with that, his net margin on the state on his victory was around 33,000 odd votes. The turnout increased from 2016 to 2020 by around 1.4 percentage points. I think it was like around 76.8% in 2016, and it went up to around 78.4, something like that. So we have to see if the voting turnout increases in 2024. But nevertheless, right now, Nevada is a state where most of the pollsters say it's either a very, very close call, it's almost a tie, or some of the pollsters give a slight edge to Kamala Harris. The reason why it's very, very close right now, even though Democrats have won this state consecutively for several election cycles now, is due to the fact that the economy has become a big issue. The post-COVID recovery has done well for the local economy in general, but still there are a lot of people who have lost their jobs. They're coming back to jobs. They also feel like the inflation is quite high. So the economy has become a big issue on the ground in Nevada, and that helps Donald Trump naturally. So he is poised to do better than what he did against Joe Biden. So if you look at that from the economy perspective, I think Donald Trump can say that he has a real chance at winning the state. But from Kamala Harris' perspective, she needs to make sure that she increases her margin on those two most populous counties, the Clark County and the Washoe County. I think getting to the same level as Biden is not going to help her to win the state. I think she needs to do better than that. And for that, she needs to look at more Hispanic support and more support from Asians and Southeast Asians. I was told that there are a lot of Asians and Southeast Asians who have migrated to Nevada in the last 4 years. So those are her targets to make sure that they go to polls and vote. As you know, that most of the Asians and Southeast Asians vote possibly 70-30 in favor of Democrats. So those are her opportunities. But still, with the race so tight in almost pretty much all the battleground states, it all boils down to the ground game, whether the culinary union endorsement of Kamala Harris is going to really make a huge impact, because that is a very powerful union in the city of Las Vegas. There are a lot of people who work there in the hotels and restaurants who are a part of the culinary union. So it is going to be a tight fight between whether those kind of union workers are going to bring in their voters to the polls, and on the other side, people who are really voting on economy and voting on border control, whether they are going to bring in their people to the polls. So it's going to be a very, very close race. But overall, I think this is a state that favors the Democrats. So even though it's very close right now, I would say that there is a slight edge for Kamala Harris to pick up the state and the 6 electoral college votes. But it also depends on whether they can significantly increase the voter turnout. I think that's going to be a very key aspect in this particular state. Then overall, if you look at the polls, NBC News came out with a poll over the weekend. They did the registered voters poll. As you guys know by now that I'm not a big fan of the registered voters poll, but nevertheless, I think Kamala Harris in that poll has a margin of around 5 percentage points lead over Donald Trump. It's 49-44 nationally. But more importantly, the one number that really stood out to me was on the question of who represents the change from before. So in that particular question, she's up by around 9 percentage points. And that is a very significant number, if that is true among likely voters as well. Because elections to me is always about the future. People do not care about the past, however glorious the past is. People are always looking forward. So I think if Kamala Harris represents change and people believe that she represents change, and that is what this poll suggests, then I think she has a very good chance to do well nationally as well as across all the battleground states. But when it comes to Nevada, just like as I mentioned yesterday about Arizona, Arizona was too close to call, but with a slight edge to Donald Trump. This state, I think it's too close to call, but with a slight edge to Kamala Harris. So let's see, that's as of now. Let's see if there are any events that changes the trajectory of this race in Nevada as well as in Arizona. That's it for me today. I'll come back to you with a different program tomorrow. Till then, take care.